some exclusivity today. All right, check, mic check. Boom, this is the King Teeth Network. I'm your host, King Teeth. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. This is the network. I got my boy Scott in the building. But I got some, first off, I got family. I got family in the building. I got little Deon in the building. How you doing?
What's going on, bro?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a minute.
Been chilling, man.
You was top 5. You was top 5 drops of the year last year. You really helped. We appreciate you over here, man.
For sure, I appreciate you having me for sure.
Now you brought a friend this time, man.
Yeah, I got my dog, DJ Domojuice.
What's up, man? How you?
I'm coolin', buddy. What's up with you?
I'm good, man. It's finally good to see you, like, where we can actually have a conversation, because, you know, I always see you in the club and shit. But you be getting it in.
Yeah, I've been trying to, you know.
So we know Deon's story. Tell us a little bit about you, though. Like, how'd you get started DJing and all of that before we get to the good stuff?
I'm going to keep it brief. High school, I used to get invited to a lot of parties.
Mm-hmm.
One day, you know, this shorty I knew, we close friends. She invited me to a party, of course. She was playing music off her phone, but she knew hella people. It was a house party, but it was packed. Like, we got a big-ass basement. That whole shit was, it had to be like 150 people in this basement.
God damn.
She was playing music off the phone. She had me play music off the phone. Shit, I started playing some bangers. People started feeling it. I'm like, man, I could do this shit for real.
Yeah.
Then from there, I just started DJing. Bought a controller.
Mm-hmm.
Bought a speaker. It was up from there.
How many years ago was that?
Man, I was still in high school, so this was probably like the summer going into junior year or something like that. Yeah.
So how much have you grown since then as a DJ?
A lot. But DJing fun. It's like second nature now because I did it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even be focused on DJing too much. I be focused on producing, being in the studio.
So you transitioned into producing now. Were you already producing before?
Yeah, I really started doing them around the same time.
Okay.
But it's like, DJing was like, all right, that's like the quick check, and that's what's going to get my name up there.
Mm-hmm.
But then...
Be hard on the producer side, too.
Yeah, appreciate that, buddy.
For sure.
But I was like,
but you
my
saw the
nigga got me
longevity.
into producing.
Got
Yeah,
you.
People don't understand that, but yeah, that's why I be looking for longevity.
Type shit. Okay. So, we all just had All-Star Weekend in Cleveland. Tell us about y'all experience. How'd y'all feel about it? The city going up like that.
Shit, that was a different type of vibe for sure. Like I ain't get to do everything I wanted to do, but like I was at like private parties.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely stepped outside my own realm as far as like the clubs and just the parties for real, honestly.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How
Other than
about
that,
you?
I was just chilling though.
Man, All-Star Weekend was cool. You know, I really was focused on being outside my artists, you know.
Who your
campaigning.
artists?
Man, I got a lot of artists that I work with, but, you know, one of my first artists, my close artist, SPB Bean, shout out to him.
Okay.
That's my twin, man. That's my boy.
Got
Coming up
you.
together.
Shout out to bro for sure.
Got you. And what's his Instagram? We need to get him up here.
SPB.Beans. You can go follow him on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of that.
So when did you start closely working with artists?
Closely, I ain't gonna lie. Since I started producing, like,
They just been on it.
man, I started producing with one of my close friends, but he like a brother to me though. He like a little brother to me,
Mm-hmm.
and he really got me into producing and shit. Cause he loved music, so he tried to produce, record, rap, all of that shit. Me, I just was on some tight shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I met Benz one day and I told him like, yeah, I produce, and you know, I was really coming up with this shit. I knew what I was doing, but you know, there's always room for improvement to grow.
Right.
Shit, I met him, shit, from the day that I met him and shit, we just talked about it. He sent me some music, but I ain't gonna lie, I listened to a little bit of his song, but I was like, man, I like his energy, I'm gonna work with him anyways. Shit, from there, like, ever since I've been getting in the studio, like, I never just sent out beats. I like to go get in the studio with artists.
Type shit.
Hell yeah.
What's the difference?
Man, the difference is, like, shit, when you send out beats, if it's hard, like, a nigga gonna rap on it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you in the room with the artist, like, you can feel their vibe, and you can build that relationship, and then you can start getting more songs with them, you know?
Yeah.
You never know. Anybody could blow any day. So.
That's a fact. You just never
For
know.
sure. Definitely.
Deon,
Yo.
it's been about a year since we seen you. How you been? What's been up?
Shit, I just been chilling, you know, trying to do my parties.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much just stay consistent, you feel me?
Right.
Some of the hardest parties too.
Some of the
Yeah.
hardest, biggest in the city.
No cap.
For sure.
That's for
Biggest
sure.
real nigga for
I try for sure. It ain't nothing too confusing for me. You know, I keep everything simple, keep everything P.
Keep it P, ain't it? I love it. I love it. Why y'all here? What y'all just dropped? Y'all did something big for the city.
We brought back well, originally I had did it in high school and stuff, but
Right? You said you
Domo hit
actually
me
spoke on that the first one. I
yeah,
remember.
Yeah, and Domo actually hit me back up. He wanted to drop a Cleveland Up Next tape. And what we
Got
did
you.
was we actually did it, and we did it right this time. We actually put our time and effort into looking into the music and making sure we get the right quality music. So yeah,
That shit was a banger. Every
Thank you.
song had a feeling to it.
I don't take no credit for none of the artists' music at all. All I take credit for
But
is just picking the song.
It sounded like they took it serious though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Everybody sent in, solid songs. Even the ones that, didn't make it, we still heard good music. Just the voting process, we just wanted the best quality to represent Cleveland. We put it out like that. But nonetheless, we still heard a lot of great artists that people not recognizing.
So, name some of the artists that actually made the cut.
One artist that I know a lot of people wasn't hip to was Taj.
Okay.
Taj came out with this song called Gun Store.
Yeah,
His IG name
yeah.
Sabo Brother.
Okay.
So if you ever,
Sabo brother, go follow him. Go follow
definitely
him.
a sleeper on the tape. Definitely.
Sleeper, okay.
Shout out
Definitely.
Rod to Official. His
Man, shout out to
hard
Rod
as
to
fuck.
Official. That's my boy.
Rod
for
was
sure.
out here for sure.
He was
Cap.
definitely,
Rod
yeah.
to Official, the gang. He know what it is, man.
Who else?
know
Who
what it
else?
is.
Who else is on there? This is what it's about. Putting the Cleveland up next.
Let me see. We had CEO Vell on there. That's another sleeper. Nazi.
Okay.
But a couple of the bigger names that people will probably get hip to is like Flame,
Shout out to big names too.
My Dog.
Yeah.
We actually got a song sent in from Odie Scheming.
Really?
Yeah, that song
was
Quarantine. That song was actually the most played song on the tape.
Was it really?
And it was sent in by random, like it was anonymously. So we ain't know who sent it in. And I was making posts on Instagram like, man, who sent this in? Like, is this for the tape or?
And I think he locked right now, so we conversed about that a lot. I'm like, man, you really want to drop one of his songs and he in jail.
Yeah.
But it's like, I guess, Deon told me we got positive reviews back from it, so it's like,
Yeah, big
it
time.
worked in our favor.
I was actually trying to get in contact with EJ Rose because I know he pretty much hold most of his music.
Yeah, shout out EJ Rose.
For sure.
Too hard.
That nigga too hard.
If we would have got an EJ Rose song, the tape would have been way crazier.
Yeah. To
Okay.
be honest with you,
Uh-huh.
we was trying to make it like a 20-track tape.
Mm-hmm.
And
It ended up being 30, right?
no, it ended up being like 18.
18.
It ended up being like 18, and one of those last two spots was actually I was holding it for EJ Rose.
Really?
But he just
I
never
was
sent the
hoping
song.
we
in.
got one of those bitches, bro.
Okay, so take us back. When did y'all think of this idea?
Uh,
Because y'all was pushing it for a little minute.
Damo hit me up about this idea in I think like October.
Okay.
But we ain't start working on it until like late November, December.
Got you. So what was the process like when you started to put it out to social media?
It was super simple. Like, Deon did his thing, I did mine, We both got a little following, Deon, of course, he dropped the flyer, made the flyer, made it hard as fuck, draw people's attention into it. And from there, we already know, like, people hit me up about music all the time because, I work with people that, they got some clout in the city,
I know for a fact he would Damo could find music that I probably wasn't able to find.
That's good. That's a good team then.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
Because
sure.
I be tapped into all the youngest, though. Like, even people that, they hard, but they don't got no following. I still show love because everybody need that,
Yes.
I wish somebody would have been like, damn, like, bro, this is what you need to do, or you hard, when I was trying to come up and do it. So now that I'm getting
Sure.
attention and shit, I always try to go back and, show love to people. Me and my artists, we still even record in the trenches, still.
Real shit.
And we'd take the file and go get it mixed and mastered.
Okay, so boom, you put it out on social media. You start getting the buzz around it. Now, when did y'all start getting a whole bunch of different type of music sent to y'all? Cause y'all got over 100. You said over 100 emails worth of music.
It was more than that. Cause
God damn.
Combined, it was more than that.
Combined, it was over about 200. But the ones that we was really focused into, it was about 100 for sure. And they just, it wasn't like a big bulk of songs just sent in. Like, it was just
sporadic.
Yeah. And they honestly just built up. Because it didn't even look like that many artists was sending music in until I really downloaded all the music. I'm like, well, damn.
And we really wanted to give people time too, because he wanted to go unreleased. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, that give people time. Like, if they hard, they could go to the studio. You know,
they can finish their work. Honestly, like, to be honest with you, My Dog song to me was one of the top songs on the tape.
Absolutely.
A lot of people would say like that wasn't his best work.
Really?
But then I was also thinking like, well, maybe the song just probably wasn't finished either.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah. Shout out to all the big names that gave us unreleased music. You know. Shout out to Kelvin team. And
shout out to No Love. He had sent that song while he made sure that song was sent to me while he was locked up.
Wow. How did that feel?
That shit felt crazy. Because he one of my favorite artists in the city. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, shit. We got a No Love song, nigga.
Real shit.
He's so excited about it. He like, bro, that shit going first. I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's your thing.
No cap.
So the picking process, when you start getting to the final track list, and you want to get, you want to stay around 18 to 20 songs, what was that process like? Who did you have to bring in? Was it just y'all two? What was that process like?
This is what we did. I told him, all right, bro, this process, because, like I said, I produce for niggas in the city. So, of course, like, when you with teams and shit and you with these artists, you low-key part of that campaign. So, that shit'll make you biased. Like, you think, like, yo, niggas the hardest niggas. But then, some niggas across the town, they think they niggas the hardest niggas. So, I just told Deon, I'm like, all right, to keep this shit from being biased, let's bring in... a couple of our close niggas that's don't got no opinion on that shit. They just like hard music. I'm gonna book the studio session. We gonna go through these songs and we just gonna vote on this shit. Like,
so you went one by one. After you went down
one by one.
How many songs was the final list?
When we ran through the whole list, we picked like a good 40 songs. 40? Okay, so that was the 40 that y'all took to the studio with y'all. Yeah. No. In the studio.
Oh,
like,
y'all was doing that in the studio. Yeah. So this was like an all-night session.
Yeah, it was definitely like a good 4 or 5 hour.
Wow. Well, how was that vibe? It must have been a good vibe.
It was cool, you know what I'm saying? We had some smoke in the air. We had some cool people around us, Towards the end of it, my artists pulled up. Okay. And they gave us some unreleased shit, and that shit was hard. You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely fun.
I'm ready for the next one.
So y'all ready to do it again?
Yeah, we gonna drop a deluxe to this motherfucker.
Man, I need a little break from the studio. My artists got me in there at 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning. Just the other day, shit, though. I ain't making home till like 10, but we pulled up at like 5 in the morning, some shit like that. All-Star Weekend vibes.
Yeah. So what does it take to be successful coming out of Cleveland for an artist?
You gotta have drive. That's one thing that I seen. You gotta have drive and consistency.
And, consistency play a lot into it, but you gotta be outside too. Cause I run into a lot of niggas that be like, I want to do music, but they don't need to go outside. They just drop the music. And some people could do that. Like, if your music's solid and consistent, like EJ Rose, he drops solid music and it's consistent. But I'm like,
that nigga drop bangers.
If you not like him, you got to put in that footwork. See, me and my artist, Eddie Road did it, Eddie Road J, shit, when we dropped our tape back in the September, we was going to these college parties and pushing the music and shit. Because I got a lot of DJ homies, Like I said, I'm a solid dude. So if I just ask, like, hey, play this track for me, they're going to do that. Or even if they like, all right, give me a couple dollars, shit, I'm going to do that too, because you got to do whatever you got to do.
Respect it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make sure your team win.
Right.
For sure.
And if that's your homie, you want to support him, give him his dollar anyways. I'm a DJ. I know how that go.
Facts. Yeah, talk about that a little bit. Niggas be always, man, I got this song right here. You play it tonight?
Yeah,
How do you deal with that on a nightly basis?
Wait, how do I deal with it?
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, like, I'm a nigga that don't give a fuck, but I'm gonna charge though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
facts.
But if you want to mine, like, it ain't no question. I'm gonna put your shit in the mix anyway.
Got you.
Dolo, shout out my boy Eddie Roll J, my brother, little brother for real. Shit, Dolo's in my every mix. I'm gonna play that shit at every party. Shout out Eddie Roll Dede too.
Dolo Part 2 is my favorite.
Okay.
I'm gonna play
That's
12
okay.
bars every trip too.
Okay, got you.
That's my favorite song on the tape. That's my favorite song right now from
Lil Brother
Cleveland.
crazy.
Right out.
He underrated too.
So y'all did a live for the tape too, right? Like right after it dropped.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Some
How
shit
did
on
that go?
Instagram.
It was just that was just something for people to, just hear a couple songs on the tape.
Yeah, I think that was smart though. I think that was a smart move.
And
I
just,
couldn't really
you know,
do it like how I wanted to. I just had to play the shit off my speaker.
Got you. Would you want to do a release party afterwards next time or something like that?
We tried to, but we kind of rushed it, so it didn't go the way we wanted. Like, we ain't planned it right.
Yeah.
So what would y'all change this whole process? What would y'all change to make it better?
Just more strategic with the planning, because we just left everything organic.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we just kind of did what we could. You know?
Honestly, I would probably just keep everything honestly the same because I feel like it came out it still was a good project at the end of the
We
day.
put out good body work still.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
we got a good reaction back from it when we talked to the people. You know?
What was the reactions like?
I mean, even female, they're just like,
Tape
y'all,
was hard.
y'all picked out some good songs, you know?
Yeah.
It was so good.
On your A&R
I
shit.
love No Love song on the man. I had people from all over the country listening to the tapes.
Wow.
Like snippets of the song.
Yeah.
And all they was saying was, "Oh, that's hard. That's crazy." Like, I'm just like,
That's it.
this gonna be the tape for sure.
That's fact.
And it's even though it did good, it's still small, so it's room for it to get bigger
Mm-hmm.
and bigger. We could probably do shit like concerts around it, like
Right.
once we get it down and we got the routine of how we gonna drop the songs and shit like that.
Yeah,
No, that's big. That's big moves right there.
We could
gonna
make
be
it
going
big
for sure.
Y'all really brothers, huh? So
Yeah,
how did
that's
y'all
my
two
nigga.
meet?
It's my nigga,
Man, how did we meet, bro?
bruh. The shit was. I know for a fact. We known each other for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even remember how we really met,
We probably met on Instagram for real.
but
Through
how
Diamond.
how we started working together, we
Right.
actually did. What was that? The Halloween party or the pop up
Yeah,
first?
We did a Halloween party.
Yeah. It ain't do all that, but shit,
No,
we had fun.
Okay.
It was people in there though. Like the
It was
we
people in
had,
there for sure.
It's just the space we had. It was way too big. You know what I'm saying?
That's all. That's
Shout out to
sometimes
Diamond with that
issue.
big ass
Shout
hall.
out. Y'all shop Dazzled by Diamond too, catering. So.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. He shouted her out before. Yeah,
Yeah.
sir. Okay.
Diamond our nigga, man. I think that's who really connected us though.
Fact.
Mhm.
For real.
Real
And then
shit.
we had did the prom together. He got booked for a prom and asked me to host with him.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, shit, bet. He was the DJ for that prom.
For the prom, the first prom you ever did.
Yep.
How was that for him? How did you think he did?
Oh, Deon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Deon did his job. He came in, he talked to them folks. Shit, I had the music going. It's just I forgot that we like so much older than the crowd that we, performing for.
Man.
So it took us a little second to adapt to it was nothing to get the music right, but just it took a little second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not long, but it took a second.
No cap. They asked us to play a song we ain't never heard of.
Really?
We
You
like, who
felt
the
old?
fuck is the artist? We played it. These motherfuckers singing it word for word. Got up out of their seats.
What?
I'm
And
like,
you
what
ain't
the
never
fuck?
heard it.
Nigga, we played Dreams and Nightmares. These niggas sat down.
Swear.
I was like, oh,
it
this
is
shit
dying.
crazy.
It is dying.
It's crazy.
It's dying.
What's going on?
It took 10 years though.
These young niggas
It took
is
10
different.
years. But now niggas is like, shit, we ain't really. I didn't seen it now. I didn't
That
seen it
shit
before a
was
couple times where
crazy.
niggas just start walking away.
That shit
I'm like,
was
uh-oh.
crazy.
Can't imagine.
Uh-oh.
I never imagined some shit like that. Let
But I
alone
think-
seeing.
But that was iconic for us, you
But
know?
if the club jumping, it's still going to club for sure.
Fact.
Oh, yeah,
fact,
the club
fact,
is
fact,
still
fact.
going to
Meek was just at district. I know for sure.
They
jumping
played
when
that.
they played.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
So,
a fact.
you know.
All-Star
it's-
Weekend
It's
was
different
going.
settings. You can't play shit like
Yeah.
that with older crowds. They way younger than us, so that shit probably not hard to do.
Exactly.
Like, they like shit that's on TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
But,
That was
you know,
a different
ain't nothing wrong with
experience.
that, you know?
So, what's next for y'all? Besides the tape,
Individually or
Mhm.
together.
individually.
individually, I got this. I'm about to start planning for this All-Star game. I got booked in Miami for
All-Star
spring break.
game?
Yeah.
What's the All-Star game about?
I'm about to have this little high school All-Star game. Kind of like how
Okay.
DJ KY was doing back in the day, but you know
Yeah.
he stopped it.
Right.
You feel me? So I just feel like the high school is not really getting no love, no support, no attention for real no more. And cause it ain't like nobody throwing events for them no more. They not like it's just not fun
was
for
a
high
lot of
school no
headaches,
more.
though.
So
I
I'm
ain't
gonna try to
gonna
bring
hold
that
you.
back for them.
There's a lot of shit going on with COVID too. So
Yeah.
True. Another thing I'm about to start working on. I got booked in Miami for spring break.
Ooh. Shout out to you for that.
I got booked for G Herbo in Miami.
Swear.
Ari, yeah.
So you about to take over Miami, huh?
Yeah, for
He's about
sure.
to be ready
For a
for
couple,
sure.
just for a couple weeks. I got
Good
booked in
shit.
Atlanta, Street Smart
Shout out
later
to
on
Street
in
Smart.
March.
Yeah.
So yeah, my whole March really about to be really busy for real. Like from March all the way through April.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm gonna start working on my party for the
Okay.
other year. So
Gotcha.
what about you?
yeah, me, I don't know, man. I be all over the place for real. But shit, just standing in the studio for real. You know, I just locked in my number one artist, Beans, and we just made a lot of good music. Shout out Lil Cray. He connected me to Lil Cray. You know, niggas used to listen to him heavy in high school. So
Right.
just being able, just knowing that you grinded, and then now you be able to make, you know what I'm saying, produce for him. That shit hard, you know.
He came to
Doing
one
it
of
for
our
someone.
parties too. He came to a couple of our parties.
Shout out Cray, because he, we had this big ass party in the summer.
It was this
Deon put me on that bitch. Shout out to Deon for that.
that bitch was going.
And Cuban dog shit, she was hosting.
Oh, okay.
But she never. But the crazy part is, she actually never even showed up.
Really?
I think she ain't show up because it got shot up before it was.
Yeah, the shit ended real bad.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, but Cray performed and died it out of nowhere.
What?
Hey, 'cause look, this the thing.
RBMG was in
The
there.
first song,
Okay.
the first artist that was supposed to perform, because we had a lot of artists performing. First artist performed was Flame. Flame, of course, he had it turned, but you know, it was 2 DJs on that party. I'm still waiting on the other DJ to get there, but you know, you make that shit work. Shit,
Yeah.
I was getting that shit together. I was getting the music downloaded. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was
fuck
on
it.
the mic.
In between, I seen Cray there, you know, the whole Rubber Band Money Gang. So I'm like, fuck it. Cray here, I'm about to drop it and
Drop
die.
it. Yeah.
Whole club.
Smart.
Next thing you know,
That
I'm
was
like,
smart
I'm
as
holding the
fuck.
mic. I'm like, hey, nigga, take the mic.
I'm like, I know what to do with this for sure.
That was smart as fuck. That was a good moment then.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that shit was crazy. That was
Shit.
like one of my best ones though.
Was
It's really more so crazy now because I don't even think Cray realized how much of a
Icon.
yeah, like the
He had
nigga
a
was popping
moment.
when we was when we was in high school.
Yeah.
Feel me? So
And
Like-
still,
truth be told, like when I ain't even gonna fake, like when I was in high school, I used to be like, man, by the time I'm be able to meet this nigga, he gonna fuck around, be already out the city and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he gonna be on some.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
that case
but-
definitely fucked him up.
yeah, but as we got older and shit, I realized like this nigga, he really a cool ass nigga.
No,
for
he
real.
always been.
Like I don't
always
care.
been.
I don't give a fuck about none of the slack that the nigga get, none of the backlash that the nigga get. That nigga a cool ass.
And he
nigga
love
for sure.
performing and rapping. He love that shit.
Hell yeah.
He got a
Hell yeah.
he definitely got an ambition for it. So I'm wishing the best. He's still young as fuck. He still got a opportunity. He just got to get around the right people and get the right push. And he right
Some
back to where
niggas,
he
some
was
niggas
going.
that slept
this
on and
what,
the
this
shit.
what I'm gonna
yo.
say about him. Like, just being able to see how he create, and I ain't gonna talk about too much how he record, but he just bring energy though. You know? He got that energy you want, and he got them bangers that y'all want too. You know,
For sure.
it's just about when he ready to put them bitches out, but he's sitting on some shit. He doing his thing.
That
Real
old Cray
shit.
did not leave.
They
I just
need to
want
hear that.
everybody
They
to know
need
that.
to hear that.
That old Cray
People need
did
to
not
hear that.
leave.
That's fact.
For real,
I'm
if you want to
excited
hear
for
some old Cray, just look at the tape. That song with Johnny Blaze,
For sure.
that's definitely some old Cray for sure. That's
Okay.
an old Cray vibe. He on there.
Even some new Cray right now, like I said, man, I ain't gonna talk too much about it, but he got some shit. He's sitting on some shit. And I'm excited for it, you know.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I'm excited for it. I
That
still
nigga's
geeked
still
off.
talented.
I'm still geeked off of being able to, you know what I'm saying, hear the shit, cause he cool with my twin, like they tight, you know. He called him to a session, and this is why this nigga Ben's my twin. Like, I appreciate niggas that just keep me in the loop, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how all my work really get done. Like it be word of mouth. I'm not too much into gimmicks or trying to
Right.
clout shit. None of that. Like hard work, good face, good quality. That's how I move, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And just keeping solid individuals around me. A lot of times, a lot of the opportunities I get it just be off people, you know, just knowing I'm a solid individual and that I just do good work.
Absolutely.
My twin brought me in the studio with Cray. Shit, pulled up some beats. We did like one that night, and he played us like 2, 3 unreleased, I think. And that shit was hard, bro. And I was high as fuck. I'm like, bro, this is the hardest shit I've ever heard, bro. I was geeked out that shit. You know, this little Cray, like, you used to listen to him, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That's real shit.
good vibe, good energy, for sure.
Well, Deon, no, but before we get out of here, we gotta do one thing. Is get it off your chest. So you gotta, whatever you gotta say before you get out of here, before we see you again, just to let the people know what's up, or your haters know what's up, whatever you want to say, just get it off your chest. We gonna start with Deon because he know the routine.
Shit. I'm gonna keep everything P. I'm gonna keep everything the same. Just
Yeah,
don't sleep.
That's it.
Quit sleeping on me.
Man,
That's all I got.
all I can say is, man, just anybody that's trying to do the same shit that we do, you know, we still regular niggas. We just working at this shit. We care about this shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
When I go make a beat or something, I'm like, man, I want this shit to be the hardest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Even if I make it in like 5 minutes, like, shit, just put your all into this for real and really,
Sure.
really stand on yourself. Like,
And if
bruh,
you
just
don't,
stand
Damo
on
gonna let you know.
For sure. I'm gonna let niggas know. For
Damo
sure.
let niggas know. I seen Damo. He let niggas know. Like, that suck.
For sure, cause bro, especially if my name attached to it,
Yeah.
I don't want you to put out no music. If I think you hard, I don't want you to put out no music that's bad on your end. If my name attached to it,
Hell no.
I ain't gonna sell no beats or nothing. You know?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, just be solid, just work hard, you know, and just know you got support. Shit, I'm the type of nigga that support everybody, especially if you hard. You know what I'm saying? Even if you not hard, I'm gonna tell you, bro, you could do that
always.
shit. Cause niggas getting rich, that's not good at all. You know
at
what I'm
all.
saying? So yeah. Shout
You
out to
gonna
the
have.
family too. Shout out.
You
SRT.
definitely gonna have support for sure. Shout out to 2 Official, you feel me?
Factual.
Shout out to the Coochie Force. Them
For
niggas
real,
know who
man.
I-
Shout out my young producers. You know, my producers that I consistently work with. Shout out Young Tito.
Shout out my mama. You already know you gonna
Yes,
be watching
big
this,
Shout out
mommy.
produced by Marv.
Okay.
My brothers Eddie Roll Diddy, Eddie Roll J,
Yeah.
Eddie Roll
For
Rod,
sure.
Okay.
SPB Benz,
Yeah.
Z Bangs,
Okay.
Nigga,
Big Endo.
Ricky
Big
Fontaine.
facts.
That's my
We gotta
nigga.
get her on here. Can't
Shout
wait for
out.
that one.
Shout out DJ Fredo.
216 Tay. That's my nigga.
Yeah, big facts.
Man, just
Party
shout out
starter.
everybody we work with, man.
Party starter.
Shout out
Factual.
all the
If I
solid.
ain't name you, you already know it's still love.
Factual. And boom, this is the King TV Network. I appreciate y'all. We up out of here. We got Lil Deon, DJ Damo, and yeah, you already know the vibes.